You want to buy a turnkey rental property, and your question is, well, Allie, if I buy a turnkey rental property through you, what does that look like? What does that involve? So here's the quick answer to exactly how that works. So I work with turnkey providers directly. When I promote a provider, it means that I have gone to their operations, I have toured their properties, I have worked with them extensively, and I've done my own vetting process. And those are the turnkeys that I promote to you because I have some level of trust in those properties. That does not mean, side note, that you don't have to do any due diligence. Just because I think it's a good deal doesn't matter. You need to think it's a good deal. So, had to throw that out there real quick. If at any point I connect you with a turnkey provider or property that I don't have firsthand knowledge of, I will let you know that. So you can always feel comfortable that I am very transparent about how comfortable I am with these providers. Now, with that said, if you go to Hipster's website, which I will link below, if you go to Hipster's website and you click on Show Me Properties, all these properties are going to come up as possible turnkeys that you could buy. If you're interested in any of them, or if you're interested in learning more about the market, the provider, the properties themselves, if you just have questions, the first step is to reach out. There's various buttons on the website where you can contact, you can respond to specific properties, or you can do the general contact page, doesn't matter, but reach out. That's step number one. Now, let's say that you found a property that you think you want to buy. What I will do is you and I will talk briefly, see if you have any questions about it, see where you are, and once you feel pretty confident in the next step is to meet the provider. So I will do an email introduction between you and the provider of that property, or maybe you're interested in the market, maybe not a specific property. I'll introduce you to that provider. At that point, it's essentially a handoff. I'm handing you off to that turnkey provider because ultimately that's who you're going to buy the property from. Now, just because I've handed you off to a turnkey provider does not mean that you're never going to hear from me again or that I'm not there to support you. I will stay on with you as much as you want me to. If you want your hand held through the entire process, I'm your girl. That's what I'm here for. If you could care less about me and you just want to work with them and buy the property, cool, do your thing. I will be there in the shadows with you to support in any way that I possibly can. Once you're in touch with that provider, you and that provider will have a conversation. Have you identified a property? Do you have questions about their operations, about the market, about the properties? Whatever conversations you guys need to have, let's say you hone in on a particular property and you're like, I think I want that one. At that point, you will work with the provider and they are going to do up a sales contract for you as well as send you instructions on where to send the earnest money. The earnest money essentially holds that property and shows that you're a serious buyer. That earnest money gets put towards the purchase. It's not a fee, it's just holding some money in escrow to note that you're serious. Once you're under contract for that property, again, I'm there for whatever you need me to be. So email me anytime, call me, whatever you need. And during that time that you're under contract, that's when your due diligence is going to happen. A quick note on due diligence. I don't want you to take this time while you're under contract to do due diligence on the provider and the market. You want to do that before you select a property. The due diligence you're doing after the contract is out is the due diligence on the property itself. The way that I look at it is, to make it easy for myself, I assume that everything that was given to me is correct and is accurate. All I'm doing is verifying that all of those things pan out. The numbers, the property inspection, the condition, all of those things. Versus like trying to get the property to prove itself to me. Does that make sense? I'm verifying, not proving. I don't know if you can tell quite the difference in those. It makes sense in my head. But that's what you're doing during that contract period. While you're under contract, you're also in touch with your lender, and your lender and the provider are going to be coordinating amongst themselves to come up with a closing date, any other logistics, get the appraisal done, all of that. So then you close on the property. That's it. So that's what it looks like to buy a turnkey with my help. You're not buying a turnkey from me. You're buying one with my help and my connections. And like I said, I am happy to stay on with you in whatever capacity would make that experience more joyful for you. and easier. And if you're confused, no big deal. That's what I'm here for. I'm in there as moral support for you and educational support, hand-holding, whatever it is you need. So let me know what questions you have. First, if you're interested in a turnkey, or maybe you've recently bought turnkeys, hit that like button. If you're thinking of buying a turnkey and you have questions about due diligence, about vetting providers, about finding providers, about working with me, leave your questions in the comments. And make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, because I put out so many videos that are specific to turnkey rental properties, because I really genuinely want your experience with them to be great, because turnkeys have given me the world. I want them to give you the world also. So however I can help with that. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the next one.